So, sometimes you feel like a good thought provoking, not necessarily a horror, but this has horror elements in it. Not too hectic, although there is a warning at the beginning of it in terms of sudden noises and bright lights and things, although I didn't come across much of it. This is a little adventure game made by Mako Team. Let's see if we can just maximize this for a moment. As you can hear, there is some gentle music, which I've turned right down. There are the usual quality of life controls, separate sound control for the music, language setting, which is very, very nice. This is made for the Evening Jam game jam. And I did go to the game jam page, and unfortunately it was all in a Cyrillic language, I'm assuming Russian. So, yeah, I really didn't know what it's about, but this was made in 72 hours for that, and it's a really good little game. It's a short adventure, so worth it for a quick playthrough. Yeah, and apparently this is an advert for their other game, Slot or Not, so you can give that a look. It's got a gambling theme, so I'm personally not that fond of the idea. Yeah, so let's have a look at the gameplay quickly. Then we talk about a little bit of critique, but not very much, because this is, for a game jam game, quite polished. So, new game, yes, I'm sure. At first, there was a light. And then I saw... What is this place? Where am I? So, here, this is us. We are number 222. And we have a barcode on our back. I assume that's some sort of barcode. And we awaken in this room. And let's have a look at a few things in this room. First of all, we look at the bed. It's made of steel. What a strange material choice. Have I slept in it? It's made of plastic and it's covered in dust. Someone was drawing on the wall. I hope they didn't keep kids in here. There's a drawing of a rainbow, but why is it grey? A metal door is the only way out. It's worth it trying to open it. We can't open the door. That's an ancient record player. I haven't seen one except for movies. Weird, looks like it's playing a tune, but all I hear is a muffled hum. And yeah, here are our controls on the floor. Obviously E to use things and WASD to move around. A cold toilet bowl, at least it has water. So, there is a... we can't get to it there, we have to get to it from outside. There's a cup here, and as you can see, it says an empty glass. I don't see any tap water here. And there is something that says water equals no on the lock. But of course, like good rebellious people, disgusting. I'm not going to drink it even if it costs me my life. We've taken a cup full of water from the toilet bowl and we use it on the door. Prepare for a bright flash. Here comes the pain. My senses sharpened for a second and told me this wasn't a dream. The electric shock was real. My vision began to pick out silhouettes in space. This place is dangerous. I need to get out. As you can see on the wall here, it does say it's all just a dream, but we're discovering that it's not. And yeah, the color has returned to our vision. Now the rainbow is vivid. My vision is coming back. I must have been sitting in the dark for a long time. I don't remember. Okay, it doesn't say anything new about... It says something new about the music. That's an ancient record player. Weird, looks like it's playing a tune. No, still just hear a muffled hum. So our hearing is still not quite working. Let's step out. And here we have an enemy of sorts. Oh. Suddenly my hearing picked up a strange, disgusting noise. The voices of obscure monsters come from the darkness ahead. My dulled hearing has become sharp again. My life depends on it now. Can we actually go back? No. Alright. So we need to just dodge the monsters. And I'm actually going to stop playing here because I think you've seen the gameplay. And I'm not going to add any more spoilers. There are interesting moments up ahead. So let us escape out of this and reload. So yeah, that's all I'm going to show of this game. It doesn't have a very long story, but it is an interesting story. And it is a comment on the philosophy of the nature of humanity, what separates us from objects, really. So yeah, if you're just here for the gameplay, I hope that whetted your appetite, and you will just click on the link and then click on the run game, because that's all you need to do to actually play this game. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to comment. Train that YouTube algorithm to show you what you want to see. And yeah, if you were just here for the gameplay, I will see you in the next video. However, if you are here for the critique, well, what can we talk about? Obviously, the game doesn't have much of an intro because the story is based around the idea of our character having, I suppose, some sort of amnesia, not really knowing what's going on, which is fine. I mean, it's a way to get around writing the beginning of a story, I suppose, have the character have amnesia of a sort. Yeah, the UI in terms of explanations, it's fine. All you're using is WASD and E, and there were clues as to what you need to do and so on. I think the sort of the explanations and the UI to interact with is fine. I like the fact that there are sound controls and the quality of life settings. The sounds of the game are fine, kind of as expected. The art is this kind of harsh, pixelated, detailed style that I'm quite a big fan of, so I enjoyed that. And was it perfect? No, I don't know, but it was good enough. It was good enough. And the game got me in there. It is a Russian game, so there are cultural shifts as you head further west to where my origins come from. So there is always that hint of uncanniness when playing a particularly foreign game that did come through in this one a little bit. I mean, that's all I really have to say about that. I think just a comment on the storyline and on the design around the storyline. This the only real big thing that popped into my head while I was playing this, and I played it through and got the good ending. I think there are multiple endings, depending on decisions that you make at some point. But it is commentary on kind of the nature of humanity and the nature of what you feel as humanity, which is fine. I mean, sort of obviously games are a form of art, and art is a commentary on society and or concepts or whatever it is that the art wants to talk about. But I think if I have to pass a critique on this, I think it's important to remember the game. There are a lot of games, and I think this veers in that area, that become too much of an art piece and not of enough of an entertainment experience. And that's, to me, that's why you play a game, is it's meant to be thought-provoking in an entertaining way. If it's a thought-provoking game, it's meant to entertain you. And if it gets too arty and too philosophical, then the entertainment falls away a bit. And a good game really has both of that. It has a statement, it has an artistic expression to make, and it is supposed to entertain the player, to immerse the player, to draw the player of the game in, so that the artistic statement that you're trying to make rides in on the back of the gameplay, as it were, the game experience. And I think this game needs to nudge a little bit more in the gameplay direction, have some more, not necessarily action elements, but puzzle elements and those kinds of things. So, don't get me wrong, it's still a really good experience. It's still fun to play through. It makes me think. It makes me consider the philosophy that it's presenting. So sort of full marks for being a game that, especially one made in 72 hours, it's very impressive and very enjoyable. But in terms of the game design, I think the developers do need to work a little bit more on it being a game, and a bit less on it being just the statement that it tries to make. And I know it's hard. It's hard because the atmosphere of this is supposed to be sort of grindingly it has that atmospheric pressure between the, sort of the grayness of your, for want of a better word, drugged experiences, and then the vibrant life of your, your action, once you've started driving away the drugs. And I'm trying not to give spoilers here, so probably not what you think from those statements, but it's the point is that this game is setting up this contrast as you experience what you need to experience to get to the ending, and it's you can't mess that up too much with sort of action or puzzles or whatever other gameplay elements you might want to include to turn it more into a game. So that is a difficult balance to strike. But yeah, but I think this is missing the gameplay. I mean, it is just a short adventure experience, so there's not much room for gameplay to be jammed in. So I think it needs to be lengthened out a bit. In terms of future progression of the game, it does need to be lengthened out a bit. It does need to have more gameplay elements in it, more discovery elements, whatever it is to turn it into something that the player feels he's interacted with rather than a visual novel. So I mean, I don't want to delve too much into it, but that's my critique. There needs to be more game in the game and less art statement. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys liked this exposure. I hope you click on the game. I hope you give the devs some love, Mako team. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this one, and goodbye.